Hello everybody and welcome, especially apprentices, tattoo artists, and shop owners. Today, as promised, I'm going to be starting review videos of different products in our industry that might be beneficial for you to go and purchase and upgrade your setup, or help a small private studio, maybe even shop owners, or to teach every single one of you to steer clear of certain products that might not be beneficial to buy. They might be too much, they might have a better option out there, or there might just be a product that's absolutely ridiculous to introduce into our industry. With that being said, today, as promised, I'm going to be starting the review of this little tiny thermal printer that is a wireless portable thermal printer from CNC. And I have the honor of getting gifted this for free to do a review video. I have tried other portable printers before in the past, like the Brother, and I am going to be taking all of my knowledge from that, and I'm going to be applying it to this printer here and telling you the pros and the cons, the benefits, and also showing you the interface on the app and showing you exactly how easy or difficult it is to use to print some stencils. So I have a realistic stencil here, and I have a standard line stencil here, and I will be showing you those in more detail very soon. So let's begin. To start off with the packaging, you've got a box like this. It comes shipped in another box, and when you open it, it's got foam padding and it's concealed in a piece of plastic that's actually static resistant to keep your electronics protected. When you open the package and you are presented with this tiny little printer, it is absolutely small. If I hold it up to my head, you can see there, it's really small. If I hold my hand up to it, it's about a full hand length and my fingers in length. So it's roughly about 2 inches longer than a standard 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. And then the features. You've got the top here that pops open, and then thermal paper goes in with the blue side facing down. You do tear off the yellow sheet of paper to put it in. I prefer to actually take the yellow strip and cut at the seam line because that gives a little bit more rigidity to the stencil paper. When you put it in, it doesn't fold or collapse on itself, and it's easier to feed in the back end.
Hi, Solo, let's print.
That's how easy it is to turn it on. Just simply hovering your finger over the power button will turn it on. It is a touch sensitive power button, and there's another button below it. Since I was going to get into the buttons next, there's a printer on one of the buttons. That is to help feed the paper out if it gets jammed, or feed the paper to your desired length to start your next stencil. The front flap, and that front flap comes down. It is held by magnets, so it can just pop right back up. But you pull that down to help clean the roller and to help unjam any of your stencils as well. So that is the printer directly out of the box. The other things you're going to find in the box is the manual itself, a kind tips card that basically just tells you if it's not printing a clear stencil, that means you're going to want to use the white felt papers that come in the box as well. A lot of people don't know about these, and it's a nice addition in this package, but these felt papers are designed to clean a thermal stencil printer, and all you do is you feed it in through the same area you would feed a thermal paper, and you would run the print button and roll it out the front, and it would clean off the heating element and the roller and allow for a clean stencil the next time around. So again, if you find that your stencils aren't printing clear, you might just want to send one of these through it. And a lot of printers don't normally come with them, so that is a very nice pro to this entire package. Next up, you're going to also get thermal paper in this. I've already tested it out. I do not like the thermal paper that comes in the packaging. It is a very cheap brand. I'm not sure what brand it is. There is no name, but they do not print very clear stencils. Even on the density setting of high, that still doesn't work. I decided to use Spirit paper for my tests, and overall, it was a nice, crisp, clean stencil, and I can't argue about it. So I'm going to continue using Spirit paper. If you guys have any brands that you might want me to try in the future on this channel, then make sure you leave those brands down below in the comment section, because I'm always looking for transfer paper that is good to use, and I'm also always looking for different color variations. This printer itself, even though it is marketed and sold by CNC, there is no actual indication that it's from CNC. I got an early model, and I'm hoping that the only thing they really change with this is that the packaging has the CNC logo on the printer itself and also on the box. So it indicates that it's a CNC product, because right now it looks like a generic off-brand product of a couple other printers that I've seen. But I will say this does run differently than a couple of the printers that I have used in the past. One of the quick reasons for that is the battery life on this. The battery life on this is solid, and I honestly think on one specific charge, a team of artists at a convention could use this for all 3 days and the battery would still be running strong. There is an indication via sound that will let you know when it is dying, and for anyone that is going to be using this inside of a shop, there is a USB-C port right here, and if it's plugged in, you can leave the printer on permanently and it will just keep feeding a charge to the batteries. I'm not sure what that would do for the battery life in the long run, but these printers, the next thing I want to talk about is the price. So the price of this printer, standard Brothers thermal portable printer, is anywhere from, I would say, $300 to $600 depending upon what printer you're going to be getting. There is a model that I absolutely don't like that is around $150, and this one is running at $199.99. And right now, since it's a brand new product on CNC's website, they're doing a promo blowout sale of $150. And I will have that link down below if you want to pick one of these up for yourself. I will let you know I am not sponsored by CNC, other than the fact that I'm getting the printer for free. So if you purchase one through the link, I'm not getting a kickback. So don't worry about that if that's something that you're worried about. I'm not getting paid for this video. So other than that, I got the printer for free. I'm happy. The price is $150 right now. That is beating a lot of the portable wireless printers that print just as good as this one, if not better, using this one than some of the more expensive ones. And you also have another feature that I want to talk about. Price is great, quality is great. So what allows for this to beat out all the other printers that I have used in the past for the price point and the quality is this very unique feature, and I'm going to screen record for you guys. I'm going to put the printer up to the microphone so you can hopefully hear this, but I'm going to open up the app. There's a scan code on the front of this printer that will then take you to the correct app store. Download the app, and as soon as it's downloaded, all you need to do with your phone is make sure that Bluetooth is initiated. If Bluetooth is on, you will hear the printer connect automatically to whatever printer is close by.
Bluetooth connected.
Bluetooth connected. As the app opens, I have a stencil already prepared for you, so I'm going to click into that, and you can mess around with the stencil's size. You can move it around on the piece of paper, and you can also change the size of your thermal paper inside the app so you can know exactly how big as per the measurements on the side there. As soon as you are ready, you can press print, and it'll tell you the battery life. Mine's full. And you can look at the way it would look on the paper, and then you can see a couple of different settings and options. The print style default is basically for line work stencils, anything generic, or you can have some very simple shading or sketch lines, and you can use that. You can also change the image to a sketch, and you just would turn that on, and you can see that it allows for a little bit more sketchiness in the design itself. I wouldn't really do that for anything that is line work specific. I would use that for anything that's got gradients and shadows in the design. But if you have anything realistic and very detailed, like a photograph, you're going to want to switch over to realistic setting, and that will then allow for you to print a photo image. And I'm going to show you the difference between those right now. A line work stencil, a photorealistic stencil. Now, I personally don't like using photorealistic stencils, but I do know a couple of color realism artists that absolutely love it. And I know even more black and gray realism artists that love it beyond that. So I do see the benefits and the uses. I personally would not use it because I just can't see any of my exact shapes and structures with a realistic stencil. And I do believe that the superior one for printing those types of stencils would be an inkjet stencil printer. Now time for the overview of the T106 printer from CNC. This printer in itself is an all-around great printer. The only cons that I have is the fact that there's no logo on it right now, and I do believe that they plan and have an intention of branding themselves. And as a business owner, I would love to brand myself on my products so I don't have like a one-off generic mass-produced printer out there. Something to just, you know, spice up the packaging a bit and scream that, hey, this came from CNC. That is more of a con for the company itself. I know that you all as consumers are probably not going to care about that, but if you do, there's no logos for CNC on this printer that I have in my hands. The one that you purchase might be a different story. The next con is the fact that the stencil paper that comes with it is not usable. I do not like it. It does not print good stencils at all. The next con is having this plugged in. It is unknown right now what the battery life would be like in the long run for this printer, and it is a wireless portable printer. It is small and compact. It does have a battery life on it, but if you want it plugged in at all times so you don't have to worry about charging it, again, that could damage the battery life in the long run, and I just don't know that information. So I would like to know a little bit more about that or have a little bit more testing on that. The price point right now is $150. It's normally $199. That is a great price point. It prints really good, clear stencils. If you increase the density to high and you're doing line stencils, they are great. I've already done a tattoo with it as well. I'll show it on the screen there. That was a cover-up that I did on one of my artists' Lex, and the stencil held up through the whole tattoo. No problems. And I like that about stencils. I like having a stencil that's going to hold up through the process of doing my tattoo, so I don't have to worry about having to make sure that I figure out where my lines are if they wipe away in the process. Other than that, price, quality, and everything, CNC did a great job with this printer in my opinion. And yeah, if you guys want to pick it up, it's in the link down below or also in my bio on my other socials. If there's any products that you guys would like me to try out, let me know down below because I would love to review more products. All right, peace.